Welcome, friends. Welcome in. My name is Sarah. I just have to ask, is everyone loving 2021 so far? I know that we are all so happy to be rid of 2020. So I hope that now that we're a few days in, I hope your year so far is going fabulously. I hope you have been able to rest and renew and hopefully spend some time with your loved ones. Let's go ahead and just put a final bow on 2020, shall we? My next few videos I'm going to be doing, obviously today you'll see the Pan That Palette wrap up for 2020, and then I'm also going to be doing my final empties, and then I've got just a couple more things that I want to do to wrap up the year before we move on to our new projects for 2021. So super excited about those, but also really happy to be moving past last year. Am I right? Okay, so as I said, today is Pan That Palette. I will leave the information for the creator of Pan That Palette. That was Amber F. She created the entire idea of Pan That Palette, and then several of us have just kind of run with it, different themes throughout the years and so forth. So this year I didn't link up with the Pantastic Ladies. I kind of did my own thing, but if I remember, I'll try to link the Pantastic Ladies down below anyways, because I do have several projects coming up with them. They're a collab group that is based on Facebook. You can post your updates on Facebook, you can post your updates on Insta, or you can post right here on YouTube. We've always got playlists and hashtags and all that good stuff, so you can follow along. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I want to show you where I am wrapping up 2021. Nope, sorry, just kidding. Wrapping up 2020 for Pan That Palette. Okay, so if you've been with me for any length of time, this particular palette here is either like an old friend to you, or it's like an old frenemy. I kind of waffle back and forth between the two. Honestly, some days I love it because there were only a few shades left, and so I knew exactly what look I was going to do every day. But then other days, it was more like a frenemy because I thought, oh, this guy again, So I started out 2019 with this as a brand new palette. I did work through that in 2019. Did not finish, so I began 2020 using the remainder of this palette. I did take a picture, I took a screenshot of the video, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to insert that here, but I don't know if I can get it from my phone to my computer because sometimes that doesn't work great for me. So hopefully I will be inserting right here where I started the year. And here is where I am now. So you can see yet another year I didn't finish. This should be a little bit embarrassing. It's taken me 2 years worth of work on this palette, and it's obviously still not finished. However, I did go ahead and finish off some shades, and just in case I wasn't able to insert that photo right here, I have a copy of it on my phone. So let's see what we had to begin with. Actually, it looks like it has actually fallen out of the palette. My 2-year-old dropped the whole palette, and fortunately the only thing that happened was that the glue came unstuck. So I just figured it was easier to show it to you like this. But it looks like I have typically been holding it upside down, so I'll hold it like that just so that we can compare side by side. So there were 2 shadows down here, one that was a very light cream shade and one that was a peachy shade. Those both had pan, but I was able to finish those 2 off. This shadow that was right here, nope, just kidding. The shadow that was beside it had a bit of pan. And I was able to finish that one off. This one was about halfway done. And then this shadow right here, I had just hit pan on, and obviously I have not finished this off yet. This is what I use just in the very edges of my crease and in the outer corner. So I don't use very much of this each day. And so that's why that one has not been finished off yet. But then this shade that was here, I did have decent pan on, and so I was able to finish that one off. This had not even been used yet, and so hopefully you can see that that is a very nice bit of pan there. And so that's where I am ending. I am a little bit sad that I wasn't able to finish this off. You know, in a different year, maybe I would be embarrassed that it's taken me 2 years and I still haven't been able to finish the palette. But, you know, I'm not. I'm not embarrassed. I don't know if I should be, but I am okay with this progress. These are large pans. Let me see if it tells me the weight. Total weight is 1.2 grams each, and I finished off 4 of them. So, you know, I'm okay with that. You can see that obviously there were only shimmer shades, and you know, after I finished off these 2 here, there were only shimmer shades and some darker shades. So I did end up bringing in a companion palette, and I want to go ahead and show that to you now. So my companion ended up being the ColourPop Element of Surprise. And I was only using a few shades out of this palette. So the one that I used predominantly was this one right here, and that one is called Go With The Flow. You can hopefully see there I've got quite a good dip on it. I did use that in my crease pretty much every day. And then the other couple that I used were these 2 down here. You can see these 2 each have some fairly good use on them. So this one is called Silk Street and this one is called Rayon. So for the time being, I am retiring this palette. I will not be using this. I had considered using this as my project pan for 2021. I've decided not to do that. I have chosen another palette. That video will be up in a day or 2, I think. But I had considered going ahead and keeping on with this one. There are plenty of neutral shades to choose from, and then of course there are these very bright pops of color if I were to choose that as well. But I decided against this one because I really find that in my work environment and the, you know, I am client facing. I have a professional job in an office in Dallas. And so in that particular environment, neutrals do work best for me. So I was a little shy about using this as my main palette for the year. I probably will still supplement with this, but this is not going to be my Pan That palette for the year. Going back to the Soiree Diaries, this I'm taking a small break from this particular palette, or the remnants of it. This is not going to be my main focus for Pan That palette this year, but you are going to see this come up in another project. So expect to, you know, see this old frenemy again very, very soon. I'm actually planning to film that video right after I film this one. So again, this is where I am ending the project. And I do feel good about my progress. I do feel like, you know, I think I got this in a BoxyCharm a few years back. And so, you know, I would say if I had paid money for this, I definitely would have gotten my money for it. I mean, technically I did pay for the BoxyCharm, but you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, that is where I am ending my Pan That palette series for 2020. Again, I'm so happy to have yet another project behind me. I am so happy with the progress that I made this year. If you joined in Pan That palette for last year, let me know how you ended up. And if you have not, but you would like to join us, like I said, I'm going to leave the link for the Pantastic Ladies down below. I hope you will consider joining us for this year. We've got lots of projects that everybody is just starting to post the intros on, and so we would love to have you join us. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.